Hard right.
Hard right. Gotcha. All right. They're gonna put me on a podcast. They're gonna make a big star out of me.
Oh.
We'll make a show about a man that's sad and lonely. And all I gotta do is talk naturally. Well, I bet you I'm gonna be a big star. I'll tell a story that you can never tell. The show is gonna make me a big star. 'Cause I can play the part so well. We'll make a show and that's sad and lonely, and begging down upon his bended knee. Well, the story won't need much rehearsing, and all I gotta do is talk naturally.
I'm going to say that could be your best one. But the whole time I'm trying to think, all right, I know they're going to put me in the movies. I'm trying to think, who sang it?
It was originally a country song.
Yeah.
And then Ringo sang it on Help.
But wasn't it in a movie? Wasn't it?
Help. It was in the movie Help.
No, I thought it was in another movie. It was in some other movie.
Like in the 60s.
Yeah.
No. I thought like 70s or something. Like, I don't know.
Probably was.
I don't know. They're gonna put me in the maybe it's a TV show. I don't know. Okay, hey, good song.
Yeah, I almost didn't have one for you, Jack. I was really brainstorming all day.
I would have left.
He was texting me.
I texted him. You got any ideas? Because I had nothing. You know,
I was going to. Why don't you text me? I would have given you an idea.
I actually wanted to do.
Fuck off.
I came really close to doing Dire Straits' "Walk of Life," but it's just a little bit too complex for the ukulele
and too close to home for Jack. He's got his crackpot sports image going on in the background there tonight.
Well, that's Petco part behind me, so.
Well, no, but you've got your crackpot.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
I got the crackpot sports, yeah, but
like a little TV thing, like in the olden days, it'd be like, I'm crackpot sports, and it would have like.
Well, it's funny when I did one for crackpot Crazy Hank TV, and I don't know, on Logan's Run, and I started out saying, hey, welcome to Crackpot Jack. And I'm like well, I'm not gonna go back and re-record it. Screw it. I'm just gonna leave it. I don't know why I said that, but I'm old, I guess, and just forget things. And
now, so to do Logan's Run remake, Jenny Agutter, no Jenny Agutter.
Well, you couldn't have her. Because they're all over 30. That's why you couldn't have any of the original.
Oh, right, yeah.
Well, one of them could play the old man, maybe. I mean, just making an old woman this time. Peter Ustinov's part. You could have.
Sure.
She could. I mean, she could play that part. It doesn't have to be a man.
It could be Judi Dench. Great.
Well, I would probably go with Jenny. I didn't think about that. That you could put her in there as an old woman. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be a man, Matt.
Does that? What? I'm the one that's like
don't be so sexist. Jeez.
So speaking of Judi Dench, did you hear the Star Wars news that they were one of the plot threads for Rise of Skywalker was that we were going to meet like the original designer or creator for the Millennium Falcon, and it was going to be played by Judi Dench.
That damn Judi Dench.
Why?
Yeah. I don't know, and it seems kind of like
this just seems like a side story that's like
right.
Why?
It seems like a side story, like why, like, and she's on Canto Bite.
Yeah,
Canto Bite my ass.
Yeah. Well, I mean that makes no sense. I mean, how old would that person have to be? Because I mean, not to get too into Star Wars, but that design is so old.
I know the freighter like predates like the Republic, like the end of the Republic and what we see in the prequels. Like the freighter is supposed to be designed before that,
right?
So I don't know. That was
she's popular. I mean, people like her.
No, I mean it's nothing against the actor. I mean, it's just it makes no sense plot wise. Like, like here's the person who designed the Falcon. Like,
of course, it only took 4 minutes for it to get in Star Wars talk. So
apparently, we were looking for a Guffin. Or is it a McGuffin? I always get that Is it McGuffin or is it Guffin?
The McGuffin. Or is it?
Is it
now you got me. I think it's a McGuffin. McGuffin.
McGuffin?
Yeah. It's like it's
My
McDonald's.
name's-
McDonald's
my
one to
name's
copy.
McGuffin.
It's a
Like
McGuffin.
like a crime dog. My name's McGuffin. If you try to find me in a movie, I'll disappear on you.
The drug dog. That's what I'm.
You
thinking
can't
of,
hold
in
me
a trench
down.
coat. You know.
Well, I think that's what we're all looking for when we look for MacGuffins. We need trench coat. Jack's just like, can we get back to sports?
Well,
We
no,
can't-
I was reading the chat. You know.
Oh, is there chat going on here?
Ethan seems to be all for it.
Oh,
It's true. It was a bad movie. Speaking of, like, did either one of you guys watch Frank of Ireland like I asked you to?
no,
I knew
did
that
not.
you asked me to watch something, and I just have not had time.
Hey, but can I say that I did watch something that Jack recommended to me like 2 months ago? So there's hope. There's hope yet, Nick.
2 months ago.
Yeah, you really wanted me to stop watching my Big Bang Theory rewatch, and you wanted me to watch The Detour.
Oh yeah. I forgot all about that.
I finally got around to it. I was like fresh out of like TV shows and sitcoms.
Oh, that's right. I'm not finished
My-
with season 4 yet.
My wife and I, we were sitting down to watch something, and I said, all right, I'm going to give 2 shows a try. I was like, we'll just see how they are. And it was either going to be Broad City, which I've heard is really good. And I've always wanted to check that out.
I don't think that's. I think that's politically correct.
No, it's what it's called, Broad City.
I don't like. The
So,
term
and then there's The Detour. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to just try The Detour. I will say this.
Did
'cause
they
I've only-
detour?
I've
Or
only
did they
been-
stay
I've
from its
only-
on path?
I've only been through the first episode, the pilot.
Hmm.
But for a pilot, oh my gosh, like it's funny. Like it hooks you pretty quick. Like most pilots, you go in kind of thinking
especially
like,
comedies.
especially comedies. Most I mean, it had both my wife and I laughing out loud multiple times at multiple things. So it kept my attention. I wanted to watch the second episode, but I was like, well, my wife's going to bed. Sometimes you find that show that you watch together, and you're just
Right.
kind of like,
Yeah.
we'll put that on pause. So
Yeah.
I'd like to return to that.
I'm glad you watched it because it also reminded me I haven't finished season 4 yet.
Oh, well, there
I
you
forgot
go.
I forgot I was or did I? I don't remember.
Okay, so in the chat we have some big things happening. Ethan says he can't recommend Broad City enough. I will definitely.
Okay, if
definitely.
Ethan recommends it that highly, I won't watch it.
But then Sherry with the big news, she watched Godfather 1 and 2. I know that was a big.
Oh, I forgot she never watched it.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
right.
You also skipped over what she said before that.
Oh, nobody cares about your show, Nick.
It's
Frank
good.
of Ireland. Is it a comedy?
Yes, it's a comedy. It's 6 episodes on Amazon. Yeah.
Oh, is this
And-
the BBC thing where there's only 6 episodes and that's
Yeah,
it?
it's the Gleason brothers. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jackie
know-
Gleason?
no, who did he play in the new Star Wars trilogy? Hux.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So it's redheaded
Mhm.
Irish people. But
Oh,
to
that's
me-
why you think it's funny.
if I'm gonna compare it to anything, it's kind of like Dumb and Dumber, and that you have 2 completely self-centered idiots, on this
Again.
show. Yeah, and it's
Like this show?
yeah, like this show. Yeah, but I liked it because it's there's some things that we don't get as Americans is funny, but there's some times where I was in tears laughing. It was pretty some good stuff. So not General Hux Gleason, but the other one. He's like the main character. Is he wants everything to be about himself, and the other one writes a song for this play, and it's called 12 Angry Women, based off of 12 Angry Men.
Oh, yeah.
But he's like, I want to write the music. And so he goes, and when he comes back, he submits all these songs for the play. And they don't realize until like the night of that these songs have been written about a few good men, not 12 angry men. And so it's like all these things that you have to kind of pick up on that, because like this one, the juror number 6 comes out in like a Navy uniform, and you're like, and she's singing about Corporal Santiago, and you're like, what the hell is going on? And I thought it was pretty good. But
Why
just give it a shot. Yeah.
You need me on the wall. You want me on that wall.
Right. And that's kind of like
He's not wrong.
Because there's a part where the director of it's like, he goes, all right, when you come in, you're going to come in on that part when you're singing about we follow orders or people die. And he's like, and I just realized that's what you're going like, it's like, that's not even the funniest bits, but it's just things that I remember off the top of my
All right,
head.
I will definitely try and watch it. It's just I've been watching the Padres lose and all that fun stuff. So
That's all, what do you expect?
Don't go down that.
When you pay all that money for your all-star guy, it's like now he's got no motivation to play hard. So it's just like, I got my money, I'm good.
nah, I think they're hurt. he's I don't want to talk about it.
You clearly do. You brought it up. You have it in your image.
It's why we can't have nice things.
I mean, you're wearing two Padre things. You have the stadium in the background and a baseball. So clearly, you want to. Talk about
I know. It's kind of the hat, the shirt, the background, the logo, the even your little avatar that you named yourself. We can't hit tonight.
Yeah,
I mean, it's on your mind
a little bit.
Maybe, but I'm done.
A little bit.
It was always on my mind. Oh wait, did Sherry like?
That's what I'm curious about as well. Because Randy asked in the chat.
Well,
for everyone out there, she finally watched Godfather Part 1 and Part 2.
Now it's up for Jack.
Let's be careful.
Watching Lord of the Rings.
I never said I'd do that. Let's be careful here. If she says she didn't like it, Matt said she's going to block her out of the chat.
That's fair.
All right, go ahead.
No.
That's what Matt said.
I did not say that.
Right,
Sherry,
go ahead, Sherry. Did you like it? Did you not like it?
Just silence.
She says,
we're all reading.
Oh, there we go.
She says, the first one made me feel like I missed something because of the way it started. Oh, yeah, sure, because it kind of starts with the whole, oh, you came to make me a deal.
Oh, right. So I watched them as well.
Or you want to make me...
But the first...
But it has some significance later on.
Yeah. But, the first scene shot for the movie was actually the restaurant scene with the gun.
Or Michael.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I remember some behind the scenes or all those AFI things, talking about that, how Al Pacino still did not quite have the character in his head yet, of what he should be. So a lot of those facial expressions or those awkwardness is him trying to figure out what is this character doing, and so but it actually looks like he's conflicted, but he is conflicted, but not about the scene. What's going on here? Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Jack's having a private conversation with our chatters here.
Actually, it could have been two of them. I don't.
That's good.
You decide who I was flipping off.
Okay.
She did write. It's not as good as Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay. Not as thorough. So.
Yeah.
Well, there probably wasn't enough CGI
to
make people happy nowadays. Because you got to have phony CGI for a lot of people to make a movie interesting.
No, I mean, look at the source material. I mean, you have, J.R.R. Tolkien. It's the reason why we have George R.R. Martin. It's like they have to put the R.R.s in there.
So if I could change my name to R.R., I'd be more talented.
Jack R.R.?
Yeah, R.R. Yeah.
Jack Walt.
Walt.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with any of this. I just noticed we're missing a podcaster tonight.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we should.
He got a second shot.
He's taking it like the Chris that we all know,
like a man laying down on a couch, sleeping.
There's not enough gummies to make him feel better.
I don't want to pick on him because I get my second shot on Saturdays, and the first one, I was exhausted. It really knocked me out. So I can't wait for the second one.
And I don't want to poo-poo anyone because I got Johnson & Johnson, so I feel like I got the limited edition virus.
Yeah, sure.
You're gonna be getting another shot here soon anyway because of Johnson. They're like, can you believe we're pumping water into people and they thought they were cured?
Yeah,
or immune.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you hear that 40, 50 years from now, people are like, oh yeah, it was 9.9999% water. Just yeah, we were just bullshitting.
We had to get it done by April.
Yeah, had a little bit of heroin in there just to make them think they were like, ooh, I feel funny.
Well, it sounds like Randy's getting his second dose tomorrow, so a lot of people getting their second doses right
What kind are you taking, Randy?
And then Amy in the chat also says my husband also got his second today. And
His
he
second
says,
S.
So
His
his eyeballs hurt. Okay,
What?
that's unusual.
His eyeballs hurt. What did they give him the shot in the eye?
It's astigmatism.
It's like, there. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed your arm there. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh man.
So you go up there, people like 100. Because the lady that gave me the shot, she was up there in age. She's like,
Oh, she was shaking it around.
because I put a target on there to make it easier for her. Right there, right there, nope, right there, right there, nope. Ah, there you go. You got it.
Yes, and Sherry's also mentioning that they're saying you're going to need a third booster shot
For the Pfizer.
Well, I thought my thought was like, oh, great, we can't get some people get the first two. So how they can get the third one? This crap is never going away. Luckily, I look good in a mask, so I'm not too upset.
Yeah, I'm curious about like because it's like 40% of the armed services is refusing to take the shot, and I have one friend who has a 20-year-old in the Navy, and they're honorably discharging him from the Navy because he refused to take the shot. And so I wonder, like, oh my God, are they going to do that to 40% of the armed services?
They were listening to Ted Nugent until he got it.
Yeah.
I got cat scratch fever.
I almost mentioned that you could have opened with that song, but don't know.
Didn't think about it.
Yeah,
that's a riff song too. Yeah.
John, the UPS guy, said he got the second Pfizer shot 10 days ago. Nobody cares, John. Anyway.
The FedEx
and Amy is going to be wearing a Star Wars shirt because she gets her second shot on May the 4th. So might as well. So just
let's hope it's not a bad batch.
No, I was gonna say like that's good. That's even a better.
Oh, I just got it. May the 4th be with you. I got okay.
There you go.
I love Twitter on May 4th. I'm gonna say.
Are you fucking kidding?
I took me a second.
Like all the numbers add up to 108, but May
that
the 4th?
I get, but I don't remember that until that actual day. Because everyone, May the 4th be with you.
Right.
That's what's funny because like that was never to me a holiday ever until like the last 6-7 years, something like that.
Social media.
What was May 22nd or 3rd? Was always those are always the 21st. Whatever it is, like those were always the Star Wars days because those were when the movies were released, were in the late May, and all of a sudden May 4th has now become a
I see
one.
Matt Treese got his second one a few hours ago, and he's here. What's that say for Chris?
I don't know. I mean, it definitely hit him harder, even with the first shot. So
I mean, those Providence guys just aren't built, the way a lot of us, rest of us are.
Not saying we're soft, but we're soft.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's true. It won't hit the target.
Each week I kind of make like
stay on target.
Little
it's too close.
Stay on target.
Show and. This week I was kind of sitting around like trying to make up some fun like little things for the show, so I'll just share a few here with you. So this was one that looks like
Sesame Street
or eBay.
Google
or eBay.
Yeah.
eBay, yeah.
But it does kind of remind you of Google, yeah.
So
here I'll have let's see. I'm just going to test these on everybody here that's looking. This one I felt kind of had some California vibes, even though it's got flamingos in it.
It does.
Flamingos are more Miami, aren't they?
Yeah, but if we just look at the top part,
that's like the opening. Well, no, the top. That's not California at the top.
Boom. Yeah,
were those cherry blossoms? Are those cherry blossoms?
I guess so. I guess
like cherry blossoms.
Nah, I don't remember seeing cherry blossoms in I could be wrong. Palm trees, the ocean. And what's that other flower to the left? What's that?
I don't know. I grabbed this stuff for free off of the app. So some of these things is just like things that you're free to use. It's just stuff that.
Yeah, I don't. When I think California, I don't think I could be wrong. California's a big state. There's places up north people care about.
This is for Jack here, team. And there's people playing hockey, and then like kind of this, like plus like Red Cross.
Oh yeah, I like that. I get that. That's nice.
Yeah.
No, I like it. It's nice.
I like how Nick's like, I'm gonna reserve judgment.
Why did you decide on the girl behind you?
I don't know. I just find these random
that
things
one I like.
Yeah, you like the volcano
that one's
one?
hot. I like it.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm sharing an image of some liquid magma. Some lava.
Magma.
Well, they would know if they joined us.
Matt Treist mentions in the chat that Chris isn't recovering from 420. Oh my gosh. All right, and then I have let's see. I had the magma one. Oh, and then I was working on this one, which still kind of cracks me up. I don't really know what to do with this one. It's just
is he wearing jeans?
It's jean jacket.
It's true, he is.
Yeah, so he looks like a snowball. So I get what you're going there.
I'm for everybody that's listening. I'm sharing a picture of a dog, a little cute dog, and it says "R.I.P. Stinky." I was trying to think of a name that was just so awful. And by the way, it's not a Star Wars reference at all.
You would have got a bunch of people putting hearts on the post.
It's true. They would have liked it. Just
and the care ones.
Oh,
or the sad emoji. Because I always freak out because I always some of those things you go, oh my god, no. And I always make sure I don't put the laughing one on there because I can see me doing that on accident.
Oh, sure.
And I don't want to be that guy that does that.
Yet still no thumbs down. I always want the thumbs down.
Oh.
It's either angry or everything else. It's like, no, I want a thumbs down. No.
I did have some. Okay, go ahead.
Oh no, I also shared this on Instagram.
What's in your backpack?
I didn't understand that one.
I just was trying to make up like
pumpkin. Is that cheesecake?
Yeah, it's some cheesecake.
Because
I don't like cheesecake. So
because when I think of what's in your backpack, it was from the movie Up in the Air with George Clooney. He did motivational speaking for part time, and that was his whole spiel: was what's in your backpack is like what things in your life weigh you down.
Oh,
and his sister was like, "What kind of fucking motivational speakers does that shit?" Because it was all about cutting things out of your life.
I would cut cheesecake out.
Out.
What's the finger? Is it sign language, right?
I don't know. I just found an image of that and thought, why not?
You see what Randy put in the chat?
I'm seeing that now.
Way to go, Matt.
Randy's childhood dog was named Stinky.
He was thinking about you, Randy.
Way to go, Matt.
I'm really sorry about that.
Flashbacks here. Emotional distress.
I'll put this up here for you. Well, I hope it didn't look like that dog. So,
it was that dog.
Apparently, I've cut a little too close.
He had a jean jacket and everything.
I know, right? It was all
walked
there.
Around.
He was favoring blue jeans.
Well, Randy goes around, comes around. It was bound.
Barks and he don't.
Randy's been making fun of me about sheep for too long. You fucker.
Man, you don't. I was wondering if you were in Iowa last week.
Me?
They had the annual sheep crossing in Iowa. I was going to send it. I was going to send it to you, and I said, I don't feel like listening to him cry. I just saw it on the news. It was like the annual sheep crossing.
That dog don't hunt. That's what he was. I guess.
Oh, okay.
That dog don't hunt.
Well, on that note,
I did want to point out and say, on a sad note, my brother-in-law's mom passed away.
I'm gonna remove this R.I.P. Stinky. Yeah, I just feel like
that's pretty cruel there, Matt. But anyway, she was a huge Padre fan, And I said, I asked my sister, is it wrong that I asked this? I go, did she get to see that? Because she was in the hospital. Did she get to see the no-hitter? And no, she didn't. I was like, oh God, that is just wrong. I felt so bad for her just because she was that kind of Padre fan that just, no matter what, she supported her Padres. She didn't get to see it. Anyway,
But don't you think though? Maybe on the other side, she did.
Well, she wasn't on the other side yet. She was just like she was in the hospital.
Oh, she was in the hospital. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I said, did she get to see the no hitter? And they said, my sister said no. I go, it's just sad. She was a really nice lady.
Oh, Randy's telling the full truth. He did not have a dog named Stinky. Okay, well.
Oh, come
I'm not
on,
surprised.
Randy.
I'm not surprised.
I liked it better when you had, because Randy just had a birthday.
He just wanted the sympathy points. That's all.
Did everyone wish Randy a happy birthday a few days ago?
I'm not going to tell him.
No, I mean he's clearly a liar and not welcome.
We know Chris didn't wish him happy birthday.
Well, that's what he said.
If Chris was here, he would have said, "Fuck you, Randy, and your stinky ass dog." His words, not mine, Randy.
Yeah, that sounded like Chris.
It did.
And then he would have stopped and would have hit mute on his microphone and then
looked down
the internet.
for like 10 minutes. And then he would have chimed in while we were still talking, but still on mute.
It would be awesome if Chris was here the whole
talking.
time and I could just add him right now.
Fine with me. I don't care.
But
it happens.
Well, other shows though.
Well, you saw that they're Ted Lasso 2 is they're already they're filming it. It's ready to come out here soon, isn't it?
Yeah, they started filming I think back in January.
Yeah,
season 2.
Because I'm trying to get Chris to watch it.
I know it's really so lame of him.
Yeah,
to be the last person. You know, it's like.
What I also just speaking of show news, like
they announced that Frank the Irish guy.
They announced that Cobra Kai season 4 will be out at the end of this year.
Oh, really?
And I think they filmed it already. I think they were filming it.
Yeah.
and I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Season 3, not as strong, but it sets up some things maybe that will be resolved in season 4, perhaps.
Yeah, I think so. But they said there's only going to be five seasons or 6 seasons.
Oh,
is Daniel going to hang out with another ex-girlfriend? Is Wes okay with it? Just ask.
Hey, we've all been there.
I mean, he went all the way to Japan to see one.
Yeah, I agree. I thought this was the weakest of the 3 seasons, and then it didn't really progress the story that much. It's just kind of like, oh, okay, but I mean, it's fine.
So we agree. The final fight scene, though, I think, if you haven't seen Cobra Kai,
season 2 final fight season was awesome.
Yeah, but is the final fight? Is that because they said whoever loses?
You take a picture
of.
Just making things interesting.
Okay, sure. Okay, Jack, go ahead.
Now I'm off track now.
The
fight to find out who has to leave or not will be between Sam and the other girl. I'm drawing a blank on her name because Matt screwed me up. Stinky, I think was her name.
Her real name's Tori. No,
Tori.
Tori. Yeah.
Tori. Yes, good job. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know.
Reverend Blue Jeans.
Fuck you. You know,
there's a new Downton Abbey movie coming out at the end of the year, and I keep telling my wife, I said we should go in character to the theater, and she says no.
Are you gonna be a butler? No,
that would be really cool.
I think you're just a footman.
I don't even think I could reach footman. I'd be like the guy cutting flowers. Nothing wrong with the guy, but that I think that would be my. I don't think I do footman because I'm not dressing guys. I'm not. No, butler dresses the guys, right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, put your own shirt on.
Butler gets paid though, man.
He does, but I don't like being bossed around all day long.
Nobody does.
No.
Yeah, it's weird. Like that show ended 5 years ago, and
maybe longer.
I think it's pretty sure it's 2016 when the show ended.
Maybe and then, 5.5 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. I still haven't finished it. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, because I was watching it. It was right when I was pretty sure it was right when I was moving out to California. And that's why I stopped and didn't have cable. I was like, I'll get around to watching it. And never got around to watching it.
Yeah, but Cindy says no. I don't want to dress in character. I go, why not? Who cares what people, especially if we're still wearing masks. Who cares? But she doesn't want. It's not like me to want to do something like that. But I thought it'd be funny. But she didn't want to do it. She said nope.
Would you? Okay, if you could go as 2 characters from Lost with your wife, who would you go as?
Well, I'd probably have to go as Sawyer.
Skeletor.
Well, you'd go as Sawyer, but what about Cindy?
I don't think she wouldn't do it. So what am I going to do?
Randy, I just have to say Randy in the chat. You're wrong. Stinky lived right around the corner in the back of that store. Just to clarify.
I'd probably tell her to go as Libby, and she could have like a blanket.
Oh,
Carrying a blanket with
covered in blood
with blood stains.
Yeah, nice.
I could go as Michael with the gun.
I like it.
What do you think?
I was thinking Rose and Bernard.
It's my son.
You know?
No, I don't want to go as Rose and Bernard because Bernard's just there.
But you could get Dharma jumpsuits and go as Rose and Bernard.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah.
Bernard just gets bossed around and stuff like that. So I don't want to be carrying rocks and writing SOS the whole time. It just I don't know.
I know, but
Rose has all the good lines.
It's true. She does.
I don't want to be on an ego thing, but it's just like
Don't you think Bernard needed Rose though?
I think they needed each other.
Yeah.
But Rose was the stronger character.
Oh, absolutely.
She actually should have been more involved in the show, to be honest with you.
She could have actually taken, so the part that they had in mind for Mr. Echo, they could have actually switched over to her if they really wanted it to,
That's good. Yeah, because
she always had the religious, and kind of mystical aspect behind her character anyway.
Right.
As far as being healed. So
I agree. Like in the first couple of seasons, she's kind of like another voice of reason for Jack, because he goes to her for advice. And then when Bernard shows back up, they kind of almost shove him to the side a lot of the times.
Yeah, they kind of.
I don't know if the actress didn't want more of a role in it, but I can't imagine why not. I know she didn't watch the show.
Oh, really?
That's what I heard. She didn't watch the show.
Well, maybe it was a thing of like, we can't get more out of her, so we're just gonna.
I think I'd be the same way if I was an actor. It'd be hard for me to watch things I was in because I'm so critical of everything I do.
You should be.
That I would
pretty bad.
I would see it and be like,
oh, for sure, yeah. I mean,
I would be like, it's not me, it's the director and the writing.
Sure.
What's the girl from Grey's Anatomy?
Katherine Heigl.
It's when I used to think. I go when I first heard that. I go, God, what a. Because she said, I don't want the Emmy, the writing. I go, that's just. But then when I started watching, my wife would watch it. I go, she was right. The show, the writing is terrible.
Right. Is it Katherine Heigl that said that?
Katherine Heigl. It was Katherine Heigl. Yes, and she got a bad rap for it because you're not supposed to. But the writing is bad on that show. I mean, people love it. Don't get me wrong. I know Ethan, if he's still here, he likes Grey's Anatomy. He loves it. But I
like John's idea about Jack as Charles Widmore.
I could be Charles Widmore. I could be it.
And Randy suggests Paulo and Nikki as you and Cindy.
Well, we'd have to go with Sandal over
Razzle Dazzle.
Right, Razzle Dazzle.
Razzle Dazzle. I don't know.
I would definitely go as Charlie. So
I think,
Charlie,
I think I'd go as Carl Weathers.
As long as you don't use face paint.
No, you can't use face paint.
No. Yeah, Carl Weathers. Carl Weathers was in that episode with Nikki and Paulo.
He was, yeah.
I'm ready to lose my. I'll be right back.
You lose your mind? What?
Where's he going?
He just cut and run.
Cut and run. Oh, good. Down to the show. Pick up a little bit.
And now we're gonna be like,
that is a great question though. Who would I would go with? That's that would be a good versus just for fun. If you had to go to a party dressed as a lost character, who would you go as? I mean, what could I pull off? I mean, I couldn't pull off Sawyer. I'm just kidding on that one. I couldn't pull off Jack, even though I'm not big enough.
That's what I mean. Like it's so, because I mean your options are fairly. I mean, they're not limited, but not yours. I mean, anyone's are pretty limited because like if you can't pull off that body type of the person,
I could probably be Charlie, but I don't want to be on heroin.
Yeah,
I don't want to do that.
Yeah, because I mean, I just wear my jumpsuit, and I'm just like,
good. You have the jumpsuit already.
Even though it's got someone's signature on it now, it's like ruined the authenticity.
Maybe I could go as what was Nathan Fillion's character in that? He was
Fillion.
Remember he?
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
Maybe
he was her boyfriend, wasn't he? In an episode?
Husband.
It was a husband. That's right.
Yeah.
I forgot he was in it. Yeah. It's been so long.
It's Taco Tuesday.
That's right. It's been so long because I've watched seasons 1 through 3 so many times, but I want to say I've watched season 4 maybe twice, and season 5 and 6 only one time, just as they originally aired.
Season 5 is excellent.
Yeah. Hey, look who's back!
Are you eating something?
Was your blood sugar dropping? Is that what it was? And you had to run. What do you got? You got candy?
Cereal?
He's muted. I know he's not muted now.
Chips?
Chips?
What kind of chips are those?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I'm not muted.
They look like body parts.
What?
Yeah. Look like skin.
No, they're chips.
It's true. Yeah.
Did it look like skin to you too?
They did look at first.
You guys are sick.
It's chips. Yeah.
You guys are sick.
It's like, oh my god, it reminds me of that movie Alive.
Instead of pork rinds,
we're gonna have to start eating people.
People.
Soylent Green is people.
I have been enjoying this kind of cocktail liqueur called Bramble Mule.
I wondered what it was. I saw that it was just solid red. I was like, what's the solid red?
It's raspberry, ginger, hibiscus, and the alcohol is.
Why does it have a dent in the can? Who'd you get mad at? Why does it have a dent?
It's something I always do to cans. Is I always put a little thumb dent in it, and that way I always know that it's my can.
Are you serious? Are you serious with that?
I'm serious, Clark.
Did you not? I mean, I'm the only one I know who does that.
No, like you're fucking with me.
No, I've done that since I was 12 years old.
See, I grew up when cans were tin. And
I put this little dent, and it's a thumb dent, so that I know.
All right, I got to be honest here. I've never heard of that, and both you fuckers do that.
I do.
Life fucking hack right here.
The reason why and once you start doing it, you'll do it. You'll never stop doing it.
It's compulsively.
I'm trying to do it on this bottle right now.
I've done that since I was 12 years old, but the reason why I did it was for completely opposite reasons of Matt. Is because when I would drink beer as a small child, you had to do it at nighttime when no one could see you, and that's where if I put the dent in front of the hole, that's where I knew where the hole was, so I could drink it. I could find it. That's why I do it.
Wow. Amy said she was once on a plane with someone reading Alive. Poor choice.
It's true. It's like every time I sing Leonard Skinner when I enter the plane, or Buddy Holly.
I used to say that when they had all the airport movies. Like great, I'm getting on the plane with George Kennedy. Great.
I was one of my students I was talking to today. She was talking about going to Hawaii, and she's had this plan for like 2 years. And
she picked a good time for it because they're starting to spread again.
So she's like I guess in a couple of weeks, like after school's done, like she's headed to Hawaii. And I said, oh. Well, and she's like, I've never flown before. I was like, well, don't watch Lost while you're going there.
So she's flying from Indiana.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Second in flight, right?
Dang. So she's got a 4-hour flight from Indiana. No, 3.5.
5 hours to LA.
I'm going from Indiana to LA. And then
7 hours from LA to Hawaii.
How is it 5 from Indianapolis to
LA? Do you guys fly backwards?
Didn't be that long. It's only 4. It's only 4 from Nashville to LA.
She said 5 from.
It's got to be more than that. From Nashville, maybe like
Nashville's like 4 from Nashville to LA.
So that's about 5.5 hours. Well, the problem with here,
this is all theoretical because this is my student that just randomly talked to me about this today.
You can't get a direct flight from here to anywhere.
No,
and I've flown to the West Coast like multiple times, and anytime I've ever gone out to Portland, it's always like 2.5 hours to Denver, 2.5 hours.
You're not in Portland. It always comes back to Lost.
Oh. Or if you go through Chicago O'Hare.
I try to avoid that like the plague.
I never minded Chicago O'Hare.
The delays.
Yeah. My layovers were never that bad.
Yeah, I remember one time we were coming back there and everyone on the plane was getting ready to land. Like, oh shit, fuck, because all their flights they could see were being delayed. I've never been in an airport where people were already picking spots to sleep that night. And then our plane was delayed 5.5 hours, and we got the last flight. I was like, why don't we just go rent a car and we'll drive? I don't want to sleep in the airport.
I don't know how many times I've flown through Chicago O'Hare. I mean, because like as a youngster, I started flying back and forth from Indiana or Ohio to Portland to visit my mom. And during that period of time, I would either go out of Chicago or I would go out of Denver. And I think a lot of times I flew United, which is why I ended up going through Chicago O'Hare because they have a main hub through there. So, and I never remember being delayed. The only time that I remember like seriously fearing for my life is we were coming into Chicago O'Hare and there was a lightning storm and us flying through this like horrible thunderstorm.
Was the pilot's name Stinky?
No, but most of my layovers, honestly, like in Chicago, were always an hour. So,
really?
And I don't know if it was just my mom booking it or how it always worked out, but I only ever had an hour.
I can remember changing my flight to a different city because the only layover they had was going through Chicago O'Hare. It was like 50 minutes. I go, fuck that. There's no way I'll get out of here in 50 minutes. I go, send me anywhere else. Like, do not send me to Chicago. Send me somewhere else.
Well,
sheep police at the
gate. Before I forget about anything else, I just want to like circle back to the fact that both Nick and I, unknowns to each other, both do the can dent thing. And this is also a good place to dent this entire podcast with a commercial break. We've marked it.
Marked it with the J.
Yeah, I was debating on it because like I'm not sure if it's confirmed yet or not, but they're talking about doing Comic-Con this year during Thanksgiving, which I think is insane.
I think it's a 3-day Comic-Con extravaganza.
Extravaganza.
I'm not going to go.
Yeah, well, the only reason why I'm considering going is because I had booked 5 flights before COVID, which I have credits for, and I have to use them all by March of next year, and it's like
that's bullshit.
Yeah, and so it's like, well, maybe I'll just fly to San Diego. Yeah, so
well, they're opening everything back up there again finally.
Yeah, either that or maybe I'll go to Anchorage or something. Just like I'm going to go to Anchorage. Why not?
You ever been there?
Yes, but
I want to take a cruise to Alaskan cruise. I always wanted to do that.
Oh, that's what I did. Yeah, I did when I was 19. You start in Vancouver, and then you go all the way up to Anchorage, and then come back down the Panhandle. So you'll stop at the glacier. There's a big glacier right there, like right where the arm starts, little handle, and then you'll go to Skagway and Haines and Juneau and Ketchikan. It's actually quite nice. It's really it's geared for older people because you see a lot of gold and like gaudy shit, but I liked it.
So you're saying I would fit in because I'm old?
I didn't say that. You said that. You implied that.
Amy highly recommends.
Yeah,
I thought Amy said she's high as she recommends.
Well, wasn't she talking about 420 earlier or something?
Pretty sure. Yeah,
I think so.
But I liked it.
Go to Alaska cruise, man.
I sat on the deck a lot,
legal.
Which a lot of people didn't want to sit on the deck because it's cold. But you see a lot of whales.
You're probably sunning yourself, right?
I've
gotten a lot of sun. Yeah.
In the international waters, anything's legal. Man.
That's true. It's true. It's internet. Yeah, I could gamble and drink, do whatever I want.
Yeah. Well, we had talked about doing a cruise, and my wife just kept going, I don't think I can be stuck in one of those cabins because she has claustrophobia, and claustrophobic. So I go, you've been in a plane.
It's actually not that bad because we're in the lowest class you could get because we figured we wouldn't be in the room anyway.
Don't put yourself down being from Tennessee.
No,
never do that.
You know what? He was. You were Irish, right?
That's right. I'm used to being in steerage. Yeah.
Yeah. You were behind the lock gates.
Yeah.
There's women and children here. We don't care.
Let me out, you fuckers.
Here's the keys. Here's the keys. I gotta go.
But like all the beds are kind of like prison beds or whatever. Like they go up into the walls, so you have like a open space.
She would love that.
Yeah.
She would love prison.
You're selling this like there's no tomorrow. It's like I think
hey,
let's go to cruise. It said it's great.
I liked it, and then you can eat every meal. You can eat as much as you want. So
it's as long as it's out of a can.
Yeah. You got to catch the rats. Yeah. But, But they're big because they're at the bottom of the ship.
The problem is taking a shower. It's probably taking a shower though, because you got to hold on to yourself. Is that what you're saying?
The shower,
prison beds,
the shower. They basically just give you a wet
can.
rag and a bucket. You know, and you just kind of.
Oh, okay, that's nice. That's
clean up your own mess.
It's the same one you pee into too. So you just kind of.
Yeah, because I know when we went to when we were in London.
I feel like I'm on the highway to heaven now with that.
Yeah, it does look like that. Yeah,
Matt's background.
What does it look like?
A highway
to heaven. I'm on a highway to hell.
Yeah, you need Michael Landon there.
But the elevators are.
Hey, we're heavenly high.
Or as we like to say in England, the lifts were really small. I mean, the closets are bigger here than like the little closet I have over here. It was like you could barely get. My wife was like, I go, it's 3 floors up. 3 floors. I go, but the would suck though if we got stuck.
Now, have you ever been on one of those really, really old lifts? It's like not the cage kind, but the kind that are just on a constant belt loop. Like they're just always constantly moving. It only fits like one person. So like they're just in the side of the walls there, and you see them moving the entire time.
Oh, really?
And like you just step into it, and it just fits you. And then you just go up, and then you step out when you're.
I have not seen. I was watching a show the other day when someone said they on an elevator. They always say, "I'll wait for the next one." Well, there's only one elevator. It's the same elevator. Just so what are they saying? They'll wait for the next one. Does that make sense?
Wait for the next.
You have BO, and I'm ready.
I get that, but they're saying that they're acting like there's like different elevators.
There could be other elevators. You don't know.
It's the same one. It goes up and down. I don't know. Have you ever gotten an elevator? Because sometimes you're at a hotel, it takes forever, even though it's going up 9 floors first.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I said, "Fuck it," and then everyone goes, "It's going up." I go, "I don't care. I've been sitting here for 10 minutes, waiting for one to come down." I go because what would happen was by the time it'd come down to us, there'd be 50 people in there. You're like going,
Did you ever do the beep 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 beep? I'm gonna push all of the buttons and jump out. Have you ever done that?
Those people go to hell.
Actually, my daughter and I, as a joke to my wife and younger daughter, we pressed all the buttons on this one in England. It was only 4. It was 4. I think 4 or 5 stories. And we ran down the stairs to the bottom. We're waiting. We didn't know there was another lady in there. Waiting for her. Oh my God! She came out. We're like this going. She's all pissed. I go.
Oh man.
So yeah, I've done it. I used to do it as a kid all the time. It was fun.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was kind of like I felt like something you had to do.
You have to do. I'm a kid. I have to do that.
Yeah. Like there's a diplomatic
I didn't do it with my mom there. Because I would have been picking my head off the floor, but nah.
Oh no, you never did it with your parent around. You had to do that like on the fly. So
we used to go to places as kids and just go up, just go in elevators and do that, and then ride our bikes or skateboard away.
To me, when I was a kid, like the idea of a revolving door, any building with a revolving door, escalators and elevators, it was pretty much like that was the high benchmark of anything.
Yeah.
With technology or sophistication. If I went into a mall or a building and it had a water fountain, fuck that shit. That is.
You finally take a bath?
No,
you wouldn't take the bath. You still had an opportunity. You wouldn't do it.
I don't know what you're talking about. I take baths and showers. I'm not like a.
I thought you were like really.
I mean,
no, I'm just saying like a fountain. Anytime you saw a fountain on the inside,
3 coins in a fountain.
It was always so cool.
It's kind of like Jack when he would go into buildings as a kid, and they had alternate current instead of direct current. It was like, wow, like you can't get over it.
Mm-hmm. It was nice.
It's made by Westinghouse. Look at it, Dad.
Yes.
Unfortunately, he never had the adapter, so he couldn't charge his shaver.
No, couldn't.
Shit, what was I going to say about elevators?
I remember when I was really young. Why are they all named Otis?
Yeah.
Otis elevators. Because when I think Otis, I think the Andy Griffith Show. And
I know.
Totally. And Otis is a drunk. I go, and my parents just go, "Shut up." You're bugging us.
Shut up.
That's when you could use the word "shut up." You can't use that word anymore.
My building, the work building I worked in LA, it was kind of like the Empire State Building, and
I'm reading the chat.
Sorry, Randy is Killing it
Nice.
tonight here.
it
John,
was
nobody
one of-
cares that it's Tony Danza's 70th birthday.
It was one of those. It was
I
one
can't
of those
believe he's
buildings.
that old already. Go ahead, Nick.
It was one of those buildings that the elevator only went to 20 floors, and then you have to get out, go to another elevator well to go up to the next 20 floors, and then like it's just like you didn't have one that just went all the way up. It's just like God damn it,
Bastards. Fucking bastards.
Fucking bastards.
Fucking bastards picking me off. Pissing me off. Be pissed on.
Pissed on. What?
I don't know what I'm saying.
Well, that's the show for tonight,
Do
folks.
you guys watch Peaky Blinders?
No, I have not watched a piggy.
Piggy Blinders.
Pinky Blinders.
Pinky.
Did I say piggy?
I don't know.
It sounded,
It sounded
Peaky
like
Blinders.
piggy.
I didn't realize the woman that plays. She actually passed away this week. Was Damian Lewis's wife?
yeah.
I didn't know that.
She's only like 50 something.
52. She's excellent in Peaky Blinders.
Gosh, she's right there at Matt's age.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
Well, we were talking to Jay the other day.
Mate.
We were talking to Jay the other day.
Oh, you still talk to him?
Yeah, every now and then.
What's he doing?
We brought the grandkids over.
Is he podcasting still?
He just throws them out of the car at this point, doesn't he? He just like shoves them out as he drives by.
He stopped and talked with us for like two and a half hours. I hadn't
Oh
talked
my
to him for
God.
that long.
Wow.
Wow.
He did put advertisement. He kept stopping for advertising. He was talking the whole time. But anyway,
Yeah.
But anyway, he started saying, "Oh, we got into the subject of death," and he was talking about, "Oh, there's no heaven." There's no heaven. I go, "Look, we're old. You don't tell old people there's no heaven.
It's just black. It's just darkness.
It's just like, hey, I want to have. You got to have something to shoot for at this point." He goes,
Mhm.
"Well, I don't want because I don't want to go on forever." I go, "Okay, yeah. Again, you don't want to tell old people that there's no. It just you're in the box or you're cremated. That's it.
That's it. That's the end. That's
Right.
the end of the hallway.
You don't want to tell people that because
No.
you got to prepare yourself." I go, "Well, if there's nothing at the end, what am I preparing myself for?"
You don't.
I know. So what do I have? He says you have to prepare yourself for what? If there's nothing there. Because I figured if there is, I got to answer all the goddams.
That's
God damn it. I said
It's like
God damn it that many times.
Really? You think that's going to be the thing?
Yeah, I think so because I say it all the time. But I'm thinking they're going to have like a list there. I go, really? That's a real big deal with you guys. I mean,
Well,
of all the things, I could kill somebody and that'd be okay. But if I said God damn it too many times,
they're like, well, that one time you were watching porn, you clicked on a certain link, and that was a little too weird for us. So you're going to hell.
wait. Do I get a second chance? Is there like
sorry, all of the goddams, they kind of tipped it over the scale.
Can I pick from one of the dead lawyers that's up here? And they go, "There's no lawyers up here. What are you talking about? This is heaven. You don't bring lawyers to heaven. Lawyers don't get in heaven."
If you'd gotten a tattoo, we may have let you slide, but ironically, your culture thinks that tattoos are bad.
I was gonna get a tattoo if the Chargers won the Super Bowl.
Oh God!
Well,
So you're clean. Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it now, but even before I didn't have to worry about it. So Jay and I both agree that if they won the Super Bowl, we'd get the tattoo.
Yeah, and it's a shame too because you wouldn't have been able to show everybody because it would have been on your dick. You're gonna have superchargers written on your dick so that when it was fully charged. You told us this. You told us this before we started recording.
Just the lightning.
Sports. You were talking about
with a chance of thunder.
You feel that bolt, baby?
You said that when flaccid, it would just be charger, but then when it was fully erect, it would say supercharger. I'm pretty sure you said that. I might be misquoting you.
Go back to eat your human chips. I mean, my God, where did that come from? Jesus Christ! Only Sheep Boy would come up with that one.
Randy liked it.
Every now and then, Matt comes up with the funny.
Supercharger should be the name of the episode.
See, I knew somebody would like it. Thanks, Mike.
Is it wrong that I maybe I should put stinky on it and just have anal sex?
No. Where's my other backdrop here?
Wait, you didn't like that one? I woke up today and the Married Man show came out. What do you want me to do?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Well, we were talking about prison earlier, so there you go.
So other weird shows that I was watching though. Have you guys ever seen Rick and Morty?
I've not. But
I've never watched it. I know what it is, and
I've heard good things
I know the
about
cartoons. I know the premise. I've never
Okay,
watched it.
So, and other people smarter than me that are probably in the chat right now may know, but there's another show that is basically the same animation style and also has the voice of Rick, and it's called Solar Opposites. It's on Hulu, and I kind of just casually watched the first season, but now I'm into the second season, and I'm really enjoying it. It's very weird. Miami Mike in the chat says you should tattoo Stinky on your ass next to Dean Spanos' face. I didn't know that Jack had a tattoo of Dean Spanos on his ass.
On my ass? Sure I do. Where else would you put a Dean Spanos tattoo?
I guess wherever you sit down, but gives him a little bit.
Every time I shit, it just goes right
Out of his mouth.
out of his mouth.
Anyway, if you enjoy Rick and Morty, give Solar Opposites a chance. It is not Rick and Morty. It is something different entirely. I would say the one odd thing though
is like Rick and Morty, but it's not like Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it has its own flair. I would say one odd thing is that if you're familiar with Goldbergs, the actor that plays Adam Goldberg is one of the voices on the show, and every time I hear him, I'm like, how is Adam Goldberg fucking here doing this? This makes no sense. So it always throws me for a loop.
How old is Adam Goldberg now on the Goldbergs? Is he in college yet?
I feel like he should be 20, like he's shaving, but we just don't know. Like he has to shave before every.
He's still trying to play a high school kid because there's no way he can be in high school anymore.
He's got to be in a senior year. It's been the 80s forever.
Well, that's what was weird about even Modern Family. It was that I think the oldest daughter was like 22 or 23. Haley, it was like early 20s when the show started. It was in her early 30s when it was over.
I was watching a clip. I was surfing YouTube, and the title says "Grab a hoe," and the mom says the three kids are there, and he says, "Quick, Luke, grab a hoe." He grabs his sister.
Nice.
Yeah, it was funny. That's when the show was fun. The problem with the show, they should have started writing the kids off.
Yeah, it just went. It went on too long. Yeah,
the kids stopped being fun. I mean, Manny went from being cute and funny to being just obnoxious.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for the actor. It's not his fault.
Yeah,
he was so good as it, but as he got, they had no,
and totally unrecognizable on the other show about the Manny. This Is Us.
Yeah, I agree.
Matt Treese in the comments. I knew you'd know something about Solar Opposites. I just felt it through the force here. He says, unfortunately, Thomas Middleditch is in Solar Opposites.
Oh, you said that pretty good.
I don't know who Thomas Middleditch is.
Middleditch.
So I don't know.
What kind of name is Middleditch?
I don't know, but I'm looking.
You know what he was. He was teased growing up. Hey, Middleditch.
Excuse me while I go into Chris mode here.
You changed your name.
I like Miami Mike. Pan Am was also like Rick and Morty.
It was.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, I see. So the guy from. Oh yeah,
I know that guy. Yeah.
Oh, didn't he get in trouble or something recently? Didn't he do something?
Everybody's always in trouble.
No, I thought he.
Like
he was involved. He was involved in something.
Yeah.
Something happened that was bad. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it was. I mean, it was supposed to be. I wish I could remember what it was. I don't want to bring it up because he was great in Silicon Valley. He did that sitcom. My wife and I tried it for a while. It was on CBS where he needs a kidney and the girl, some friend of his, or he knew in high school with the kidney, but she's like to party and all this stuff. So he can't have the kidney if she's always drinking. So she was funny on the show. He wasn't. His character wasn't funny. He groped women. It was something like that. He did something that he shouldn't have done, but I can't remember what it was. So until we find out, I don't want to crucify Thomas Middleditch.
He took Van Hagar's side, Sammy Hagar's side in the Van Halen dispute. Mm-hmm.
He did.
Oh, okay.
Are you with us, Matt?
Yeah, sorry, I was going down to Thomas Middleditch.
Did you find out what it was?
So, well, as Miami Mike cuts to the chase with where he says he groped women, I think. So,
All right.
and
Matt has now become Chris in this episode.
And Matt Treese mentions that he has been accused of a bunch of stuff. So,
because it shocked me when I heard it, because you think of him as the guy on Silicon Valley, where he's
yes, correct. But
he's not.
And apparently, there was an actress on Silicon Valley that Silicon Valley.
That makes more sense if it's called Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley, yeah.
Silicon Valley.
That's the porn version of the show.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe he's probably going to be in that. Probably so. And I didn't realize he was involved with the show Cloak and Dagger, but it says Cloak and Dagger misconduct claims include.
I never did watch that.
I never watched it.
I actually started watching it. I kind of enjoyed it. The first 4 episodes I got into it, and
I remember Chris recommending it, and then it just kind of slipped out of my radar.
I thought it really had a strong start to it. And I was intrigued by the characters, but yeah, I didn't finish or follow through with that. So
my wife and I are still watching Across the Sea. What is it we're watching?
PBS?
I talked about the PBS show.
Mm.
So this week you got FDR. He's driving his car, and my wife goes, "How's he driving his car? He can't use his legs." I go,
"He's on the column.
You've got hand control." They go, "They didn't have that technology then." I go, "All right, keep that thought till after the episode." But that's how he's driving the car. So I had to Google it. See, that's how he was driving the car. But he's hitting on the princess as we're speaking right now.
I was watching PBS just before we recorded tonight about.
No longer have Laura Linney.
She does. Well, she always did the intros.
She's not doing it anymore. They kicked her off.
Huh.
I mean, it just goes. It does the same music, but there's no Laura Linney.
Well, maybe they just were like, "Hey, we don't need to pay her to just do this. We could just start the show."
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense. I never understood why they had her in the first place. Not that I'm against Laura Linney. I'm just saying it just didn't make sense. But go ahead. You were saying, Nick.
Yeah, I watched. It's another one of those series, but this one's called American something. But this episode was about Frank Baum, who wrote Wizard of Oz, and about his life. I thought that was really interesting about so many things with the Wizard of Oz that you don't, the symbolism of it that you don't really think about, especially if you've only watched the movie. Like with, because it starts off because he was living in South Dakota. And then we're going through an economic depression in the 1890s, and then the first drought that hit, and that's what the whole first chapter's about. It's all black and white, it's all grim, all that stuff. And then
and the yellow brick road was no one had anywhere to pee.
So they just peed on the road. Yeah.
Road, so that's how they got the yellow brick road.
Well, it's things like the scarecrow is kind of a symbolism of the agrarian part of the 19th century, which is dying out, and the Tin Man is the modernization with machines and all these things like that, and how he doesn't have a heart, whereas in the Scarecrow in the past doesn't have a brain. It's all these things that are going into it, and then it's if you also think about it from a really a progressive part of way, it's one of the first female heroines who did not have to marry the prince. It's a very, because little girls at that time didn't have adventures, but she did. And then you think about because he was very much into the women's rights, voting, and educated women are always called witches, so it's you have a good witch and a bad witch, and then it's just things you don't think about. And
what would have happened if she would have gone up with the balloon with Oz? Would have been a different ending.
It's true.
He seemed kind of a creeper. Just saying.
A little bit. I always wondered that too, what would have happened.
Yeah, because he's going up in a balloon. How you get to Kansas from there? That didn't make sense. Still,
nobody wants to go to Kansas.
The Good Fairy. I did a video on this. I would have beat the shit out of her. So you always had the ability to go home.
So you put me through all this shit for nothing?
I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. And of course, you got the Scarecrow. Whoa.
Switch to the hard Pellegrino.
All right.
Yeah, the hard Pellegrino.
Different color, a different cannon. You punch the.
I did. I was just showing that to Nick. So
well, you can show it to me too. I know the story now.
I'm just saying, okay, what sucks is
I know you guys got your inside crap, but
if everybody does this at a party, I'd be fucked because then I wouldn't know which can is mine.
I'm going to come out to a party.
But I am left-handed, so it tends to go to one side.
I'm gonna dent everybody's can. What do you do? I'm fucking with Matt. And I go, okay, I'm good. I'm in.
Only Sherlock Holmes would be like, oh, this was done by a right-handed ex-hockey ref. No, wait.
You can see the contempt right here.
Podcaster. A podcaster.
But yeah, I was going to say something about Wizard of Oz, but now I forgot.
You were going to talk.
And then and they were getting into it is a good hour and a half, or whatever documentary on it, because he's talking about how he went to the World's Fair in Chicago, and they built this facade, futuristic city there called the White City, and that's where he got the idea for Oz, because that was supposed to be what America could be, in the future, but it was all fake, So it's like, what if your aspiration is all of this, and then you get there to realize it's not real, and it's like, oh, that's pretty interesting.
It's all one big Amazon warehouse, people.
Now we used to have a thing in California. Now this is back. Now remember, this is back in the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, and there was urban legend that the cast from the Wizard of Oz moved to this place on Mount Soledad, which is overlooking La Jolla Shores. It has the cross on top of it. I'm trying to get rid of the cross. They go back and forth forever. But there's houses up there. At a certain angle, the doors only look like they're 3 feet high. Oh. So they're not. It's just how it looks from the side of the road. You go, and so you would once you got a license, because you heard the story your whole life, you would drive to Mount Soledad to see these Munchkin houses, and you go, "Oh my God, it's true!" Because if you're driving down these streets, just because of the angle and how they're built, they do look like they're only 3 feet high. I don't know if they're still like that. I don't know if people that got tired of people coming up there, because we used to have fun going up there and doing things. But anyway,
smoking at the water tower.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not saying nothing about that. But
look at the blood stains, man.
But it was an urban legend, and just one of those things that once you got a license, you had to go see it.
Yeah.
Plus, it overlooks La Jolla. I mean, if you've ever been to La Jolla's beach, I mean, it's.
I know you and I have. I don't know about Matt.
Yeah, I know I have. Yeah, it's
no
one of the nicer beach. It's one of the nicer beaches
if you can find parking.
Well, you can't find parking. That's why I say go to Mount Soledad.
You know what I always say? I say beach. Sorry, in my own little world here, people.
Look, I got a dent in my cup, my bottle. See,
you that doesn't matter. That's just
because I was worried.
Lame.
Since I'm here, that someone else could take my my water bottle.
It's become such a habit that I don't even think about it now.
Me too. I got a dent right here.
Yeah, it's automatic for me. As soon as I open it, dent.
Well, his is based on beer. Mine was based on something else.
Mine's based on beer.
Petticoat Junction.
Mine was based on fear.
There's a little hotel
at the Moon Tower, man. The Moon Tower, not the Water Tower.
Petticoat Junction.
I still don't think it belongs in the top 10 theme songs. Do you, of the 60s?
Lots of curves you bet. Even more when you get to the junction. Petticoat Junction. See, once it's in your head, you can't stop.
It makes me think of a Ron White joke, because he's talking about, he goes, you don't really want to up here on stage. You can't see past the second, third row. He goes, one night this woman was sitting there and she had her legs wide open, and I actually stopped the show and said, "Hey, miss, could you close your legs? I can see your slip." And he goes, "It's not a slip, it's a petticoat." And he goes, "Well, I can see the junction."
So that's where they got that from.
Yeah. So.
Richard Dent, Bucky Dent.
Yeah, speaking of Bucky.
Harvey Dent.
Bucky.
Do you ever see who was Bucky Dent's son? What was his son's name? Trident. That was a joke that because Bucky Dent hit that, because the Red Sox and Yankees back in I think it was 78. The Yankees had the Red Sox. Chris would have loved this story. Red Sox had a 14-game lead, and they choked it. They had to have a playoff game, and Bucky Dent of all people hit the home run that put the Yankees over the top. So that's when everyone was, "Hey, what's Bucky Dent's son's name?" Try. Anyway, go ahead.
But it also did happen, though, very, very late in the year. And that's why he got the nickname the Winter Soldier. So There you go.
That's what I was going to bring up too, because we haven't talked about that in a while.
We have not. So,
I
what did
haven't-
you think
I
of
haven't-
the last episode?
I haven't watched it. Is it like in a series?
You'd seen the first
I thought it was
episode,
like-
haven't you?
No, it's like, is that the one that's like 4 hours long?
No.
No.
I think it's we finished the 6th episode. I think there's only 7.
Is this
Yeah.
on HBO?
Yeah,
No,
it's
Disney
on
Plus.
Disney Plus.
Disney
The
Plus.
Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
I
But
have
they
not.
do cuss a lot.
I do need a break. I think I said last week, I need a break from all these superhero movies and shows. I need a
Oh,
break.
sure.
I need
Mhm.
a break. There's
I
too
think-
many of them. Stop. Do something else.
I think that's what's been enjoyable about the more gritty ones. Although this, if you're following the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is kind of a big thing because we're only getting so much right now, especially with like all of the
COVID.
movie plans. Yeah, like all of the movie plans. COVID really kind of shut down a lot of the movie plans that Marvel had, and so
COVID.
fucking COVID, man.
I put a dent in COVID just to know that that's my COVID.
So, you know, like fans have been waiting for this. They've been waiting for WandaVision. They've been waiting for Falcon and Winter Soldier. And this is the only like things that are kind of moving the story forward. And, you know, I don't know. There were moments with like this last episode where I was just
I
like,
did see Falcon and the Snowman.
like, I was just like, oh, this is like taking fucking forever.
Sean Penn and what's his name?
But
Well, yeah. What's
like
good
this-
with the
I know Jack won't get the reference, but there's a meme out there called "This Old Boat," and it kind of is making fun of this old house, except it's
Michael rode the boat ashore.
Nick. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Actually, I don't.
This old house. I remember that show.
Okay, so you know what happens in the most recent episode of Falcon and Winter Soldier, right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay,
They got
they're
married.
fixing up a boat.
Oh, that yeah.
So
Isn't
the
that
meme
Shawshank?
about this.
Isn't that Shawshank Redemption?
No,
true,
you
very
haven't
Shawshank
even
Redemption.
seen it.
I'm just saying they're fixing a boat.
At the end.
Is it Red? No, not Red.
Well, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier are fixing a boat, and that is like
It's a
they
metaphor.
could have called the episode "Fixing the Boat."
They should have been on Gilligan's Island.
Yeah, that's where I know I'm going to be.
They
Even
could
though,
use some help
even though
fixing
I've
it.
enjoyed the season of Falcon and Winter Soldier, I'm going to be disappointed because it's all just setup. That's all it is.
Well,
And it's like-
and then the character that they set up, Val, who introduces herself, and
They-
that was probably the most
they-
the most mind blowing moment.
well,
I thought.
they set up 4 characters in this episode.
Yeah.
So
There was
you have,
Val,
You have Val, who's
Bucky.
Bucky,
you have Val, who's Lady Hydra. You have Falcon, who's now going to be
Lady Hydra.
Mistress Hydra. You have Falcon's obviously going to become the
Petticoat.
new Captain America.
Right.
Then you have his sidekick, military guy, who's going to become Falcon 2. And then you have
Maybe a Falcon.
and then you have the false Captain America, who I
Right.
would personally wish he would turn to Captain Hydra.
Sticky.
But
Yeah.
but in the comics, he's going to be U.S. agent. But I would much rather him be
That's
Captain
what
Hydra.
That's what I thought we were gonna get. I thought we were gonna get Captain Hydra. That
Yeah.
the way they were setting up Val being.
Yeah,
Mike makes a good point.
I think it's cool. I think it's cooler if they do it with Captain Hydra instead of U.S. agent, because U.S. agent just sounds lame.
Yeah, I feel like that's what we already got.
No,
We already
U.S.
got-
agent. Yeah. Well, go
no,
ahead.
you don't think so? I mean, I just feel like that's kind of what we got. We got a U.S. agent kind of character, right?
Yeah, sort of. But I mean that's the in the '80s comic book. That's how
Mhm.
it goes. Is he becomes Captain America, and then after what happens, he becomes U.S. agent. So it's
Okay.
kind of like a demotion. But yeah,
Right.
but yeah, I think if he goes
Does it
Captain
come with,
Hydra,
does
then
it
I'll-
come with a reduction in pay?
I think so.
So I just felt like they were setting up something like larger because when they introduced,
Is it present day?
Yes.
yeah,
Okay, all right.
and I'll just say this much for Jack, who just doesn't
I don't,
give
I don't,
two
I don't,
shits.
I don't like present day. I'm fed up with it.
The fact that they had Julia Louise Dreyfus like show up, like surprised me
Marco.
like that. Well, the fact that like they pulled out a heavy hitter for that character.
True.
You know what I mean?
Because
Like,
I think it's because she's also in
I saw her at Disneyland.
Black Widow. I think she's in Black Widow.
okay. But see, like for my son, who, you know, my son and I that are watching it together, it's like he's 10. He doesn't know her. I mean, aside from the fact that it's Margot, but he's not going to recognize that. And he hasn't
hasn't watched Seinfeld yet?
No, we don't watch.
We haven't even referenced Seinfeld yet.
But you know, but the fact though that, you know, I turned to him and I'm like, okay, this character is a big deal. Like, you don't know this, but this lady, like, they're not messing around since they cast this actress. Like, I know you don't know who she is, but she used
to be the president.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like. I'm like, look, like, she's a big deal. This is an important character that's going to come up again. So this is going to set up some things. So, it's just one of those things that you do as you're like, you know, watching it, and you know, this much.
Did he ask to be spoiled?
No, I mean, it doesn't spoil him. It just kind of lets him know, like,
it's like, okay, it's like when someone does that to me, I get pissed. Don't tell me that. I will figure that out on my own.
You know what?
Don't tell me that.
I will teach my son how I want to teach him, Jack. Thank you very much.
So you're teaching him. So what you're doing is you're teaching him to be spoiled. He's going to resent you.
I doubt it. I highly doubt it. Because I plan on taking my son to an NFL game. Actually, I've already done that. So check and mate.
Oh,
so
I did it first, though.
Okay. Wow.
It
took a longer time.
It did. I took him twice. I took his whole family, and he ordered room service.
Jeez.
I said,
no. It's like,
you can't take advantage of me here. Yes, Michael and Cliff. Ouch, that hurt. I'm just saying I don't like when someone.
How does that hurt? You're coming at me, man.
I'm just saying not everybody likes to be spoiled like that, because you're sitting there now the whole time. I gotta, because my wife will do that. I go, why would you tell me that? I go, just let me watch it. Now I'm focusing on, okay, now I'm wondering what that character's. It's like we're watching the that Across the Sea thing, and she goes, oh yeah, he ended up, because she likes to skip ahead and read the. And she goes, oh, I think he Frank Della Rosa has an affair with her. I go, why would you tell me that? She goes, you didn't know? I go, I told you last week I know nothing about this story. Nothing. I go, yeah, they're hinting at that because Roosevelt's just letting the country run itself as he's trying to pick up on this woman. Seriously, you're just like going, screw World War II, all that different stuff. I don't care about all those people. I want the princess of Norway.
Your Brazil.
Yeah, I want the princess of Norway.
I finally found and traveled the town. I'm just imagining FDR like getting a lap dance.
They do play Happy Days.
I'm just wondering if it works.
Well, something had to work. So
he had 6 kids. So
yeah, but that's way before. He wasn't always paralyzed.
So. I know that. But I'm just like saying he had I'm assuming it does. Well, didn't he have hand controls there?
It's on a string.
Well, we know one thing's for sure. The polio vaccine works. Because we don't have to worry about polio.
Oh, we shouldn't have to, no.
So, well, just testament of time.
It was like, what was it? Lewis Black had a bit about smallpox. He goes, when I was a kid, we all got the smallpox vaccine, and so it was going to last forever. And then like when we had a breakout, what was it, like 10 years ago or so? It was like, all of a sudden they told everybody, like, oh yeah, those smallpox vaccinations that you got back in the 60s have probably worn off by now. It's like, so I was told a lie my whole life. I thought, at least I'm not getting smallpox.
Like, well, there's a lot of things like that. They say it'll last forever. Did you read the fine print?
Well,
that's what I'm saying with this whole COVID vaccine. I go, wait, people are going to have to get another shot a year from now? Fuck. Yeah. Good luck with this. Thing's never going away. Because I said, people.
Well, I mean, the
shot is free, and it's free, and people still like on.
But it's really no different than getting a flu shot. So, and I realize that it's harder to get more people to get, a vaccine. But I've had the flu shot for multiple years in a row, and yes, every now and then I still get the flu because it's a different strain. But there's been years where I've dodged a bullet.
Your genes get wet and you get cold.
Fuck you with your jeans comment.
To be a little bit of a devil's advocate here.
I'm not wearing jeans today. I'm wearing gray pants.
About the shot. It's like, especially if you're really young, it's like, it's one of those things where you have a 99.2 survival rate, even if you get it. It's like, so.
I'm reading the chat. Sorry.
Yeah, that's true. He didn't. He did not last forever.
Sorry, Nick. Go ahead with your story. Blame Randy.
Yeah.
Did you ban Sherry? Because I haven't seen her make a comment since I said it.
I know exactly.
We were gonna do it.
She got depressed about Stinky, I guess.
Yeah. Way to go, Matt.
But it's like, okay, so then, like, for people who are skeptical, because there's a lot of people out there that are that way. It's just like, so I already have a 99.2% chance of survival. My phone's been amazing at getting this.
Well, they said
yeah, exactly
healthy young people.
So you got the 5G. I'm glad that Miami might upgrade it to 5G. Yeah, but no,
that's healthy young people.
Yeah, healthy young people. Yeah, so yeah, if you're vulnerable,
hey, you're not young.
I'm not young. I'm not saying. I
thought you said people like yourself.
No, I didn't say people like myself.
Oh, okay,
I said people that are younger.
Yeah, because I know you're not talking about Matt.
So it's like, if you're younger, you already have a 99.8% chance of survival anyway. It's like, or it's like, I can take this experimental RNA spike, which you have no idea what's going to happen to you in 30, 40, 50 years after taking it.
I won't be around in 40 years, so I got that going for me.
Zombie apocalypse.
No, it's a risk. I'm not here to criticize people not taking it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. Okay, a year from now, we couldn't get people are like, fuck it, I'm not taking the booster. I'm just saying. I just been listening. I just watch things and they say, well, in order to get the herd mentality, we gotta get the. Yeah. Anyway, every time I hear herd, I think of Walking Dead, though.
Exactly.
Again,
I'm not saying people should take the vaccine either.
If you have chosen not to take it, I'm not here to criticize you. It's your choice not to take it.
No.
I'm not telling you to take it. I'm not telling you not to take it. I'm just saying I've taken one and I'm going to take the other one.
I've thought about a lot of different aspects of.
Because Matt hasn't taken it yet either.
What?
The Johnson one doesn't count.
No, I got Johnson & I'm fine.
Okay? It doesn't count, man.
No,
it's defective. They took it off the market, so you need to take it again.
When you went and got the shot and they had their syringe out, did you put like a dent in it to make sure it was yours?
It's true.
Wait a minute. This is what happened. I got. Wait a minute. Don't take the shot yet. There you go. I got
before Jack
cuts my shot.
Before Jack cuts me off again, I will just say this because I've thought about a lot of different aspects of this.
Here, go ahead.
Thanks. Several months ago, I did a dumb ass thing by riding that sled down that hill.
Jeans. Yeah. In jeans.
And
the chafing alone.
And I immediately regretted
Cotton
my
on
decision.
Skin, wet.
You
probably still got some. Like you probably still have some in your skin, like it ripped off as they.
Oh yeah.
I can't imagine being a nurse in there when they wheeled you in, eating the scissors out, having to cut those damn things off. It's like leather. Like
those are tough. I remember having to do that when people like break their leg.
You guys suck. Like I can't even talk about this.
Remember we got new figure skates, and the guy broke his leg. And they're like this. The guy and the paramedic gets out. I go, you got to cut him. They go, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Then they took the skate. His foot was up here. His leg was up here. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's disgusting.
Did you bring Pippi Longstockings back? Just put like patches all over the jeans now, like where the holes were.
Actually, cool. If it was the 60s and 70s, you could put little flowers and peace signs on it.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. Let the sun shine. Go ahead.
Right. So
does this story have an ending, Matt?
No, because you guys always fucking interrupt.
What do you mean, you guys? Nick started it.
Both of you.
No, Nick started.
Bullshit.
Nick started it.
Let
me read the chat.
Anyway, I just wanted to say, like I did a dumbass maneuver, so stupid, and I felt awful about it, And many people, I think, as they put themselves at risk for COVID in general. And there's a lot of people that get it. They're fine. They recover and they're okay. But they're left with this like this thing, this lingering like feeling of like, oh, I'm lesser, or I did this, or I'm tainted because I did something stupid, right? Like somehow I got this, or I injured myself. Like for me, I felt very real emotional depression from this thing that I did. It was dumb, and I felt like I was financially winded by this, and also like physically forever changed, you know?
Sorry.
And I would think that no different than anybody that would be getting COVID. I'm not saying that it's the same, but just the fact that you feel that you've put yourself out there in a way that you're kind of changed.
But yours was an accident.
So no, mine was an accident, but I did put myself in a situation that allowed me to be injured. No different than anybody that would be, you know, putting themselves in a work position. Or,
in your defense, though, you said that the slope was not that high, and then it was higher up, so you weren't looking at it, you know. You said that, you know, originally the slope was fine, and then when you came back, like the next day, someone had built it up, and that's why.
Right. Well, yeah, it was higher. It wasn't
your fault. It was the asshole that built it up.
Sure, but I mean, I still could have
corduroys.
I still could have done more to. But I guess the point is that even by like getting the vaccine, you're kind of putting yourself out there. You're saying like, okay, I could be at risk for this, for having a reaction, or I could get sick like Chris and not be able to podcast because, you know, my ass is sore or something, you know.
That could be taken lots of ways.
And whatever the case may be. But, you know, like at the same time, though, like I feel forever physically changed. Like there's a part of my shoulder that I can no longer feel. I can't sleep on my chest anymore. It's fucking annoying. Like I can only sleep on my back or on my left side. And that might go on.
That eventually will change.
It will. But I mean,
I told you it took me a year.
But it's like it's a long-term kind of thing that you're still kind of like coping with, and it's like, you know. So I'm just saying that like even as you get a vaccine or you put yourself out there like for the betterment of society or just even protecting your own sanity during this whole thing. Yeah, it is. It's a risk. I'm just saying that. Like, what? You mean my fan going on in the background?
It's like a little high pitch thing every now.
Yeah, I thought it was something in my house. I'm sorry. I thought it was we have an alarm, and I thought my alarm was going.
No, I think my heater just kicked on. But
okay, it's not. You don't notice it a lot, but like
I just was picking up
it's faint, but like a little high pitch.
Well, I'll just stop. So, but anyway, I you know, I've thought about it though. I've thought about my injury, and I've thought about like just like the things that you go through, like just mentally, like as you kind of like deal with like the psychological, like, I mean, obviously like I'm not like super depressed, but yeah, you know, it did like take its toll on me mentally where I just didn't feel great about my choices. And, you know, I still don't, you know, there's the financial ramifications of saying like, okay, well, there goes, you know, $4,000 or whatever, you know, like, this thing happened at work, and, I'll just kind of share this like personal side story here, but this thing happened at work. I fucked up an order, and it went out, and it's going to cost us a lot more than what I charged. And it's just a loss. It's a financial loss. That's all it is. And
I missed this part because I froze.
Oh, I didn't explain exactly what happened with the
okay.
At work. I'm just saying that like this.
But that happens. I mean,
it does.
You're not a computer. You're not a.
But it stings. It fucking stings when you make a mistake. That's the size of what Nicholas is saying.
Nick can be a dick sometimes.
Humpback paper. No, I mean it definitely burns. It's one of those things that I'm going to try to solve it tomorrow. But you know, dealing with UPS over the phone, and I'm sure John can attest to this.
They're assholes.
Yeah, trying to wrestle down like a price that, you know, I feel like I'm being kind of raked over the coals for an overcharge of something that was the wrong weight. And
so it's something you're getting killed on the shipping price.
I'm getting killed on what UPS.
Do you have to go UPS?
It's already gone that way.
Oh.
It's just it was over the weight by so much, and they
really jack it up.
They really jacked me over on that, and it was one of those mistakes where I was just like, fuck, So anyway, it's just things happen though, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't make it any better, but hopefully there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's something better on the other side. I feel, even though my arm's forever fucked up, in some way, like I don't regret having the surgery. I still regret going down that hill because I was dumb, but it's just like I put myself out there. I lived my life, like
like I said, eventually the shoulder, because like I said, when I had shoulder surgery, a good year went by, and if people ask me, would you do it again? I go, nope, never do it again. And I wouldn't. If I wouldn't voluntarily do the surgery. I mean, but it's better now. But I don't. But see, now you've learned. Now you're not going to go down hills like that. You're not going to. But seriously, I mean, I don't go out and play baseball or bowl or do anything that could possibly. Because I'm supposed to have shoulder replacement surgery someday, and I go, there's no fucking way I'm doing that. So I don't put myself out there. So I will play catch with my grandkids and stuff like that, but I won't be throwing the ball full. I throw with my wrist. I won't throw with my whole arm.
It just, it throws off everything. I mean, even like you guys know from me talking last summer, I worked on my house. Like any work that I can do on my house is like totally kind of fucked for the summer because I don't have 100% use of my other arm. To, like,
are you doing therapy?
You finished the upstairs though, didn't you? That's what
I thought Nick was going like big whoop, whatever.
No.
Wrap it up.
My brain thinking like, well, the upstairs. You're like, yeah. No one cares. Wrap it up.
Nick is a dick.
I know. He even said that, but the eyes and the head see the world spinning around. So I think that's clearly a dig and not a lyric. So
it's a lyric. It's a lyric because you said. I thought you could put two and two together.
No, I get it.
Well, he hasn't been able to do math since a shoulder injury.
It has affected certain things though, like as far as like certain motivation.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to talk about something else.
No, like more like I think my productivity is like I felt like I was more in the zone before, and I felt
because it's your body has been
trauma.
Your body's been altered. I mean, it takes time.
You're more machine than that.
I know when I came back from shoulder surgery, and I feel that. About 3 months later, I was like, I would tell the rest, I go, look, I'm not breaking up any fights right now because I'm not having this thing get all ripped to shreds. So I would let people fight. It's just like, I would try to stop it. If it didn't, I go, but as time wore on, you stop thinking about it.
There's definitely been some mornings.
To be honest with the sleeping thing, and I still sleep the way I sleep now is with my arm all the way out is how I slept at the time because it's the only way I could get comfortable. But it was like I would sleep like 2 hours at a time because I couldn't sleep.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like I sleep on my chest majority of the time, but like I told you, like when I popped my shoulder in 2018, and I had to have physical therapy for it. I've always slept with my arms like this, like kind of above, like underneath the pillow above, and I can't do it with my left one now. Like as if I put it up there, it doesn't go flush, like it just kind of like stops, and so it's kind of I always have like a bit of air between my armpit, and so it's just like. And so you can just feel the tension of where the bone is pushing against the scar tissue. So I have to tuck this one under now. And so it's just like, it's just weird habits that you have to get used to. I can't do that with this arm anymore.
For the listeners that are hearing this and not seeing it, Nick was showing off his guns. It was very impressive. And for everybody that is actually joining us in the chat live, I'm sorry that you had to see that.
That was something I can never unsee.
So many puke emojis keep flooding the chat right now.
Could have been worse.
I know because my back is so bad. The Glaffelder boys were over here the other day. I slept on the downstairs couch, and I woke up.
The boys are back in town.
Wait. So where did they sleep?
Well, one sleeps in our bed, and the other one sleeps in the other bed.
You're allowing your grandchildren to sleep in the bed while
Yeah.
their grandpop sleeps on the couch.
It's what you do as a grandparent. It's what you do. I mean, I'm sorry.
That's not what I would do. Like,
Well, you're a dick. Look what you did with the humpback paper. I mean, it was uncalled for.
it's a rare paper. It's expensive.
Have you seen the watermark on it?
Yeah, exactly.
They call him Pepper. Anyway, so
By the way, your whole humpback whale paper company, it's Vulcan out of your mind. So,
That'd be whales.
but anyway, so
That'd be paper.
my wife wants us to fix the backyard up, so I've been carrying this dirt. I built a planter thing, and all. Long story short, I've been carrying stuff, and so my back is just literally killing me. I'm taking these muscle relaxers, back things, and so I'm laying on the couch going, "Oh my god, I feel like crap." Woke up like an hour later, going, I had such a spasm in my back. I'm rolling off the going. Of course, nobody can hear me. I'm like going. It's like a Charlie horse, but in your back, and I'm like going. I think I'm dying. I think I'm dying.
oh, I hate it. I've had those moments before where you feel like a tortoise.
Yeah, it hurts so
where
bad.
your back locks up on you.
Yeah,
and it feels like you can't move. I hate that.
Well, now it's going up my spine. Like when I first had this back issue, it started. So now it's back up to my top of my neck again. So a lot of times I'll be standing there, and all of a sudden my arms go and get all cramped, and I can't move my arms. I'm like, oh shit! And people look at me. I'm like going, I can't move my arms.
You should tell them because it's video gaming.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Like if anybody's looking at you, like you look at like the youngest person around you, and you're like, video games.
Look, man, I was a 1983 Donkey Kong champion.
I was the Pong champion of America, man.
Exactly, yeah.
Dude. So I got that going for me. I'm just like going. So I told my wife, I said, "All right, this Sunday, because I'm getting the shot on Saturday." I go,
Yeah.
I'm not doing anything on Sunday. I'm preparing for the worst. So
Okay.
I mean, I'm still gonna do the leftover rewatch. If you're a leftover fan, we do a leftover rewatch. We didn't do it last week because a couple people were sick. But leftover, it's probably one of the best episodes of the season, the Sonora-centric episode.
Ooh. Oh yeah, not to be missed.
Yeah, that's when the show really started, because Nora became such a major character after this episode. So anyway, that's all I'm saying about that. Don't mess with Texas. And I'm 5 away. I was 4 away from Crackpot Sports hitting the century mark in subscribers, but I lost one today. It's like, who unsubscribes?
Oh.
But then Jay was telling me, he goes, well, sometimes he goes, the algorithms, whatever it is, there's phony accounts out there that cling onto your account, and so that they kick them off. I go, oh, so it was nothing I did.
Right.
Oh, it's totally something you did.
When I said fuck the Dodgers.
Yeah.
that's when you lost John.
Yeah. No, John. Oh no! Whoa, John! Did you hear that? Did you hear that, John, the UPS man? He's a Giants fan. Did you really just say?
Oh
my gosh, man!
UPS fucked me over like hard in the ass and the penis hole.
That
like
reminds
both.
me when we were
at
in
the
London.
same time. It's impossible and disgusting, but that's how I feel.
That's
UPS.
what you get stinky tattooed on your dick, right?
Got up the ass and in the pee hole.
You're talking about overweight things, and we were we're at Heathrow Airport, and the whole way there, I'm telling my wife, I go, this suitcase weighs more than that one. She goes, it doesn't, and it's not going to be over. Just leave me alone. I go, but that suitcase. So we get there. One suitcase was like 4 pounds over.
Mm-hmm.
And so I said, see? So we go to start to transfer it. The police came over because we were taking our luggage out at the gate, at the ticket thing. You can't do that, I guess, in England.
Oh.
So they were like, I go, what? We have to go back there? And my wife goes, forget it. We'll just pay the overage. It was $238. I go, really? Yeah. You want to pay $238 for this overage? I go, we can just go back there. We have 4 hours till our flight leaves. I go, and just, but she was arguing with me because she also bought an umbrella because we were by where the Ferris wheel is.
Oh yeah.
And the guy's going, Oh no, that'll fit in your suitcase. I go, that will not fit in the suitcase. You're gonna have to pack that in. You either go carry on with it, which you probably won't do, but you'll check it in. It's gonna get all smashed up and broken. Oh no. It won't do that. No, your husband is wrong. I go, no, your husband is right. So we're going back and forth. I go, buy it. I don't care. It was like a $20. It said London all over there. Guess what happened?
Bro,
she had to put it in with baggage, and guess what happened? It got all banged up and broken, didn't work anymore. Who was right? I was right, young man.
But your husband's wrong.
Your husband's wrong. Your husband is bloody fucking wrong.
Yeah, like I never understand. I get it that you should try to stay within the weight. I get it, but that's happened to me once, to where it would look like I was still in America though. But like, yeah, I was like, I think it's 50 pounds is our limit, or 55.
Yeah, it's 50 pounds.
Oh, 50. Yeah, I think it was at 52 or 51.6 or something like that. And they were like, "Oh, like you're overweight," and I was like, "Oh," and they're like, and of course I have my carry-on and I have my luggage, and I was like. And of course, I had to pull out something to put in my carry-on. I'm like, the weight's the weight. Like, it doesn't, like, what does it matter at that point? Yeah, I understand if I was like at 60, but like, at 51, it's like, fuck it.
Well, that's what this, what's it, Sebastian Managaf, I can never pronounce his last name, but see, Matt, see? But he does a joke like it's the same weight. What are we talking about?
Well, on that note,
he started imposing stiffer penalties. So yeah, you like
you can't just leave and then come back in and be like, "Oh, okay, now we're done."
You like stiffer penalties, don't you?
We're talking about luggage here, okay?
Yeah. Sure.
I've been over one time. I was like 55 pounds, and I go, "Fuck." I told you it was coming back from Comic-Con, and those stupid books and stuff. I never read them anyway. Oh, but yes, David has your name in it or whatever. I go, oh, I don't fucking care.
That's why I always ship everything from San Diego.
Well, that's what Jay does. But I looked. I'm like, it's like Midnight Express. I've got sweat running down my face. I know it's over. And I put it on the little scale to check it in. I go, she looks over like this. I go, she goes, I won't tell if you don't. I go, thank you.
Yeah.
So let me slide.
And then the airplane.
Which okay. I wasn't on it. I got bumped. So my luggage went, but it was insured.
John's saying that I need to talk to customer service because if it's a first time thing, and it is a first time thing, John. So I'm hoping I can.
Hey, tell him John, the UPS guy, who's a big Dodger fan.
I will.
I will say I did like Dodger Stadium, not the team, but I did like Stadium.
It's okay. It's. I think Petco Park is better, but
I like Petco too. Yeah.
The Dodger. I got to be honest with you. It's been a while since I've been there, but Dodger dogs, the hot dogs, are probably one of the best hot dogs I've ever had at a ball game.
So I didn't think anything special about it, but
they were just good. But, but like I said, my son.
It's just the alliteration.
Well, my son, who I took to many baseball games over the years, several thousand baseball games over the years. Fuck the football. He never gets a hot dog. He gets a hamburger. So I go, dude,
who gets a hamburger
you're at a fucking and they got one time he got those garlic fries. I go, dude, you can't sit here next to me. Those things stink.
Yeah,
they're disgusting.
You raised him.
Well, he doesn't listen.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, like that's what I do. Like, I go to a baseball game. I'm getting a hot dog. I'm getting at least 2 beers and some peanuts. I mean, what else are you supposed to get?
The beers are expensive though. The beers are
they are.
But it's funny how you go to a baseball game and you pay for this. It's like $70 for food, and you go, okay. You don't blink an eye because
you don't think about
because you're at a baseball game. But if I would have gone like to a restaurant, I go, these 2 hot dogs, this beer, and the bag of peanuts has cost me $70. Fuck that! I'm out of here. I'm fucking out of here. No way.
Well,
you're like UPS. You're ripping me off.
I was thinking about Rookie of the Year, that movie that came out in 92, 93. And the old guy, when they go down the stands, the owner of the team, he gets 3 hot dogs, for the group, and then he gives him, I think, $1.50 in change. And the guy's like, "Are you serious, old man? And he's like, $4 for a hot dog." He doesn't know, but you're like, hell, I'd love to pay $4 for a hot dog.
Well, a bottle of water is like $5-6.
Yeah.
Now a whole pack is like $3.
And it's $7 if it's dented on the side.
Oh yeah.
But what was it? But yeah, what I liked about Dodger Stadium is that you can kind of like Petco, like you can walk around.
You can act like an asshole.
Well, you can walk, yeah, that too. But you can walk around the entire stadium, and every place I went had a great seat. Like even if you're at the top level, you could still see everything very well. I was like, oh, this is a really well
every
designed
seat
stadium.
every seat at Petco faces home plate,
right?
Because where they used to play, it's no longer. They tore it down.
What's what sucks about Fenway?
Qualcomm was you're like the best seat, but you had to sit like, okay, I paid, I think the time it was like $15 for a seat, but the seat is facing. Oh, so I'm sitting on the first base side. I'm facing first base. I had to sit like this the whole game. You have to sit like this the whole game,
right,
to see home plate, and then shift. So it was like, there's a lot of work.
Yeah.
This, you're paying top dollar.
Typical American.
Yeah.
I want the seat that automatically moves me and
with the ball.
Wherever the ball's at any point in time.
For that, it's funny. We get that microwave popcorn, and you know how sometimes a smell will bring you back to a certain.
Oh, like a commercial break because we have to have a second one.
No, we don't. We're not past 2 hours yet, or is it an hour and a half?
Now go ahead if you want to do it. I don't care.
Fine. Do you want to? I'll put another one in.
Do it. Just double it up. Like the fine tainted smell of a store.
Like Stinky would do. So anyway, this popcorn, I went, what is that? Oh, that's the smell they used to have at the San Diego Sports Arena when the Clippers were there. I always went to Clipper games.
Urines in town.
And there used to be this guy, the popcorn vendor. He had how they have a strap over him and they have the wooden thing and he had the popcorn sitting up there.
Oh, they were wooden back in that day?
Yeah, they were wooden.
The strap-ons?
The strap-ons. You get those splinters. But anyway, but they didn't cover the popcorn. It was like this. This guy had like this huge beard. His hair was all over the place. It didn't look like
Twain.
He was like you, Matt. Didn't really shower. So, but anyway, and he never sold any popcorn. I'm like going, does he know why no one's buying the popcorn from him? Because basically his beard is in the popcorn.
They're buying doobs, man.
Yeah.
Well, that might have been what he was selling. But no, he'd seriously walk around the whole sports arena, not selling any popcorn. I'm like going, who would buy popcorn from you? Nobody. You're popcorn. He's like spitting on the popcorn. His beard is literally in the popcorn. Anyway, that smell reminded me of the. Is it funny that that's my best memories of the San Diego Sports Arena and the Clippers? Is the fact that this popcorn guy.
You do remember random crap like that. It's just funny how.
Well, and it's one time I was ordering.
Not you,
food.
it's everybody.
Yeah, one time I was ordering food and I didn't know the national anthem was playing. And the woman goes, I go, yeah, I'll have it. And she goes, and she gave me a dirty look. I go, I'm sorry? Oh.
I will have, like, you actually, like, just, like.
Well, they all stopped, popcorn. And I wasn't paying. I was looking at the thing. Well, I got popcorn. I got peanuts.
One popcorn under God.
Indivisible.
With butter.
And justice for all. But it's funny they didn't have the choices they had because, like I said, with Jay, we'd get a hamburger. When I was a kid, it was hot. You only had so many choices. Like I'm not a big cotton candy person. I know a lot of people like cotton candy.
No.
I don't get the cotton candy. I don't get it. I don't get cotton candy. I don't like it. They used to have remember those frozen ice creams with the wooden spoon?
Oh yeah.
And the spoon would always break because the damn ice cream was so soft.
I do like tea, and you don't like tea, but we can. I mean, why isn't there more tea at baseball games?
Because we're not in England. Yeah, I'm in an 80s group.
But people do love teas.
Yeah, I'm in an 80s group, and speaking of that, reminded me of because you remember the taste of the wooden spoon
that's what
more than you do the ice cream.
Yeah,
like if you see an image of that ice cream in that cup with the wooden spoon, you remember the taste of the wooden spoon over the ice cream.
Yeah, it was like gross. They were malts. There was it was good, but you couldn't eat this stuff until it defrosted because it would break the spoon. The spoons were not made to last. They're like little tongue depressors.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was fun at the ballpark. I mean, I miss those days. I mean, it was just, I miss not having to take kids because, when you take your kids, it costs you a lot more to go to the game than it does when you're just. I mean, when I was a kid, you could go to a Clipper game or a Padre game for like $7. That's ticket and everything.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's one of the reasons why I like living here is because I can go see the Rockies play for nothing because they
you
suck.
can get 2 hot dogs as opposed to Cliff's one.
Well, I mean, the Cardinals are coming to
Not with
play.
Cliff.
The Cardinals are coming to play the Rockies July 1st to the 4th, and I'll probably go 2 days out of the 4. And so, like, I can get right behind home plate for $60 a ticket. So I was like, awesome.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah,
Padre tickets right now are going for like $300 or $400.
damn.
Wow.
Well, that's what blew me out.
Because they have limited fans in the stands and they're just sucking. So it's like, of course you're going to suck.
Right.
Well, I mean, there's 500, but still, it's like they expected more.
Well, I told you that, like, it was that's one of the things that blew my mind moving here, because the only time I ever go to the Dodger Stadium was when the Cardinals would come to play the Dodgers, and I would sit right behind first plate, but I would be probably like 20 rows up.
First
base. Sorry, I'm thinking autopilot. First base.
Did you hear that, John, the UPS guy?
He don't care. So I would sit behind first base, but I'd be like 20, 22 rows up. It's $125 a seat. And so when I first got here, I was like, oh, what's it cost to sit same spot? And it was like, $20. And I'm like, crap, how much is it to sit behind home plate? So
Armlet. I know when we went to the Nationals, went to a Padres national game, Washington national game, about 6-7 years ago. The most expensive thing was the parking.
Yeah.
We bought online. First, my wife bought the tickets online, and the guy gave us the parking pass. So she goes, "You want to stay for another game?" I go, "Yeah, let's stay for." So we bought the tickets. They were like $60, and we're sitting down the third base line or the third plate line, and great seats, but it was $80 to park.
Damn,
$80 to park, and I was like going,
"That's like UPS rates."
Yeah, fucking UPS, but. Nick doesn't watch Crackpot Sports.
That's true. I don't.
You don't have to watch it; you just have to subscribe to it.
I'm with him enough as it is.
Really, you don't have to watch it; just subscribe to it. It doesn't cost anything.
Oh, okay. I need to subscribe to Crackpot Sports.
Then I get notifications. No.
You only get notifications if you click. You don't have to click the bell. Just be a subscriber.
I get notifications all the time from people like, "Hey, you may be friends with this person. Like, do you want to follow this person?" No, I don't.
You will. I only have 95. I lost one. I was trying to make that because I really haven't been really pushing this one. I've been working on the other one, but I said I could do this one.
I mean,
you're a podcast pusher. That's what you.
Chris probably has more subscribers to his gaming account that he has not touched.
Well, he was begging for it every day.
Exactly. Hey.
And I said I don't even. I opened up a Twitch account just so I could follow him.
I know.
And by the time we happened,
I mean, are you shocked? Are you really shocked that Chris started something and then didn't finish it or didn't show up?
No, I'm not. Thank you, John, the UPS guy. He still won. Unlike my two friends here.
I think he's talking about Chris. He's still one of Chris's subscribers.
Well, on that note, I did have I told Nick about this, and I'm sure Jack doesn't really care too much. But through my work, Graham Nash bought some papers from our store. Yeah, it was kind of like a rare celebrity sighting. Yeah, I wish.
Nothing's better than smoking dolphin paper.
I don't buy zigzags. I buy.
Don't we have an email?
Huh?
I didn't think we had an email.
No, I don't think so.
I saw
we did. We did get an email. That's right. I think it's from Maggie. I think
I accidentally went on I've not been on that forever. I went, oh,
okay.
This forever.
Well, here, let's read this before the show is over. So it says,
she's one of our patrons.
Hey, Jack, Nick, Matt, and if Chris is there.
Second billing.
Thank you for the kind thoughts about San Diego State not making it far in the NCAA tournament. I didn't win with either my brackets this year. LOL. I meant to email earlier. Jack, with all your serial killer talk, have you watched Mindhunter? I haven't, but I haven't, but I've listened to Jonathan Jeff be interviewed, and they talked about Mindhunter. Do you have plans to go to a baseball game this year? I haven't been yet. I might later this summer. Mango Maggie.
I'm thinking about killing someone at a baseball game.
Oh, 2 for 1 there. I don't think you could say that anymore, Jack.
I can't say that anymore?
Nope.
Even
That
with
is
COVID?
definitely. I'm pretty sure just anything in general involving killing, can't say it. So.
All right, then I'll take it back.
Even my last name of Eichhoff has now actually been illegal.
I believe it. Eichhoff! It does sound German.
It is. It means
Because you think of Dunkopf. Dunkopf!
No,
Oh,
I
thank
don't
you,
think
John,
of
for
Dunkopf.
subscribing, Kim. I appreciate that. I think of that all the time when I hear your name.
Oh,
You know, Maggie,
we've talked about Mindhunter though a lot though,
yeah,
didn't we?
we have. We've definitely. I know you guys have.
Randy
fact-
just unsubscribed back down to 95.
In fact, last week, after
Aren't
the
they
recording,
planning on having a season? They're talking about having a season 3 finally.
I don't know.
I
would love it if they did.
I saw
I know
it just before we. If you haven't seen it, Maggie, highly recommend. It took me a year and a half to get my wife to watch it.
Because I remember like a year ago them saying that they were released. They all were released from their contracts.
Right.
Yeah. So I was like, well, it's pretty much doomed now. But yeah, if they I want a third season because it's a great show.
Right.
That season 1. I think it's the season 1 finale with the hospital visit. That's gave me a panic attack. You know,
I literally jumped.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil you, but I don't want to be like Matt. Hey, you're gonna have to pay attention to this scene right here because it's kind of scary and it's gonna spoil you. But it's okay. I'm gonna teach you the right way to be spoiled. But I literally jumped.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't expecting it, and that character is so. It's a creepy guy anyway.
Yeah.
The actor does a great job of portraying. I mean, they're all creepy because they're serial killers. They're different personality. They're different. They're actually most of them are pretty smart.
Well, I would be disappointed if they don't do another season because they've been setting up the Zodiac killer since season 1.
Is it the Zodiac? Is it the Zodiac killer?
Zodiac, yeah. Zodiac's the one they have not addressed. They've just found evidence of the Zodiac, but they've been setting that up for so long.
I didn't realize that was because it's Kansas, isn't it?
Well, there's different ones. I mean, there's a different killer in season 1 versus season 2 because you have the Atlanta stuff in season 2. But
No, I know, but the killer that they always
kind of flash back to
progressing.
Yeah, I thought that was a Zodiac.
I didn't think that was a Zodiac.
Well, maybe it's not.
Well, everybody find out who it is and make sure that you subscribe to Crackpot Sports and make Jack happy.
Because he talks about serial killers.
Peek behind the curtain, though. Like last week, like after we ended the show, the 4 of us are still hanging on here talking, and like literally, Chris and I were like, "I'm out." Like you guys kept talking about serial killer stuff, and I was just like, I have to.
Yeah,
I was like, I have to.
Maddie out, and Maddie left.
That's right.
Maddie Dudenkoff.
Yeah. I pieced out last week.
You said
and we
just was like going, and I was like going, I was tired. Anyway,
BTK, Matt.
BTK, yes, thank you.
BTK,
I knew
Zodiac, BTK, yeah.
Thank you, Matt. I knew it wasn't the. I knew it was
the king.
And that was the guy. He was in Kansas, right? Kansas killer.
Buffalo taking Kansas.
It was Patrick Mahomes, I think, was the BTK killer.
Well, on that note,
I couldn't be a serial killer because I have a conscience.
I know, and I don't know.
You talk a big game, but yeah, you chicken.
I know, I do, but I just like going. I couldn't do it.
Join us next week when we'll find out what the next serial killer story is about.
That's how you know you couldn't trust you, Jack. Because if I called somebody at midnight going like, "Hey, I accidentally killed this guy. I need you to help me bury the body," I might call Jack because he'd cry about it.
I probably would, and plus I'm like going, my back is really bothering me. I can't dig no holes. I can't. Call Matt.
Matt's already got bodies in his backyard. He didn't have space.
But Matt already has his jeans on. He sleeps in jeans.
All right, fuck you guys. I'm closing out this show.
You just got to get the sheep out of the way.
If you enjoyed what we did here, and why would you?
That's his tattoos. The sheep.
I didn't answer.
Shearer.
Maggie asked if I was going to a ball game this year. I probably
Oh, yeah.
won't because I'm not going to be going out to San Diego. And I think the Padres play Washington during the week, and I have obligations during the week. I got grandkids to watch. So, and if you follow me on Instagram, you see how they treat my house.
On that note,
You don't scare him like you did Jay. That's why.
I'm trying to end this.
Jay was a slob too. My wife goes, you need to tell them to help pick it up.
Yeah.
I go, I'm not going to spend all day yelling at my grandkids.
You should.
I do say stop, because today we have a plastic pool with the balls in it.
You yelled at Jay so much, his hair was straight up, and it took him years to finally relax to where it finally came down.
But this was Jay's look growing up.
I'm gonna BTK kill this show.
Hey.
If you did enjoy this show,
and why
send us
wouldn't
an
you?
email at rcadcast@gmail.com, rcadcast@gmail.com.
Thanks ahead for the 5-star rating.
Thank you so much.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Head over to jandjack.com. You can become a patron member, help the show out, support the show, or you can check out the merch for the show if you so choose. Follow us on Instagram.
Do we still have merch?
We don't have any merch.
Yeah,
Do we have merch?
we still have merch. They
For the
made the
mug,
merch.
maybe.
It's just there, right? You can just click on the link.
I haven't seen it in forever.
You always pull this shit on me. You go check it.
Can you imagine if you walked out in public and you saw
Jack's
someone
like,
wearing a Rainbow
what
Cast
happened to
t-shirt?
Matt? Yeah, I know.
I'd shit in my pants if I saw somebody wearing
They're like, really? You paid how much for that?
what?
I told that story at Comic-Con one time where someone had a Jay and Jack shirt. I go, hey, nice shirt. He goes, yeah, some podcast I listen to. I go, yeah, okay.
Cool.
And if you do like this show, like these patrons that care enough to make this happen,
and who wouldn't?
I'd like to thank those at this time.
Should we call Chris, have him do this part?
No, I think Chris is pretty much out.
Oh, yeah. He ate
So-
like 5 gummies. Yeah, he's just-
I'd like to thank Tack from Oz.
Gotcha. Mhm.
Uh-huh.
I got it, yeah.
Eckhart Richter chip dish. Yeah,
Skin dish.
I know.
Skin dish,
Okay.
yeah.
Petty Ed Coat Junction.
That might be your best one yet.
It came in my high point. Moderna Maggie.
Damn.
What?
Oh, the shot.
The
Moderna.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
she put out Chris.
She just injects herself into our lives.
Yeah. I like
Just-
you there.
It just got the shit. Just got
Just get the shit.
Just got a shit.
Just
You put a
Just-
jet in it?
just got the second shot, Joanne. I always
With
go
the
for the
fun.
alliteration with Joanne. Sorry. I also like Justice Joanne. That was a simpler one. And Greg, the greatest game ever played outside is baseball. Thanks,
Oh.
Greg.
That's
Sorry,
right, Greg.
Greg.
Isn't it Ray?
Greg, the greatest love I've ever known. Greg, I don't have one for Greg. I'm sorry, Greg.
You never have one for Greg.
He's sometimes the last that I look at. Tax so
Greg-
easy.
Greg-
why don't you do it first?
Greg,
I'll
you'll
flip
be,
it around.
You will be receiving a refund check from Matt.
Yeah. And a pair of blue jeans.
And a pair of blue
Signed.
jeans, yeah.
Signed by Matt.
Sorry,
Jordache.
Greg.
You must remember this.
Greg, we'll be back next week with better names.
Greg the Bogart.
Don't Bogart the Greg.
Don't Bogart the Greg because you had Humphrey Bogart picture up.
I did. So
What was that from? Just
I think
did that go in your wallet? You said
no, I've had this for a while. I don't know what movie
did it
this
come
is
with
from.
Did it come with a wallet?
All the gin joints.
This is definitely not from Casablanca.
It's not Casablanca. He's old.
How was that? You look at that guy. Great actor, but how was he a leading man? I don't.
Well, he wasn't for a long
It's a
time.
different period.
I know, but you look at him, you go because you had
He actually started out in theater.
Gary Cooper, Cary Grant, Rock Hudson. You go on and on and on and on and on. But you Humphrey Bogart. Okay, I don't see it.
Well, if you want
That's
to,
right.
if you want to send in your feedback to Jack, do it.
Nah, I don't care.
Nick, you had one other thing you were going to say, and we'll close out the show.
That's good. I'm good.
No, I don't want to cut you off.
I don't remember what it was.
Join us next
I
week
was
for
saying
Cut Off
that,
Greg.
I was saying that you don't see like those kind of leading men though anymore, like what you're saying, like Cary Grant and Humphrey Bogart. I mean, not Humphrey Bogart, but like the chiseled, like really handsome men like that. I mean, yes, there are really handsome men in Hollywood now, but like as in like that kind of classic look.
It's not like the studios don't push that look.
Yeah,
I think it's different too because you have social media now and all that different stuff. So it's not seeing a guy like Cary Grant would be like big deal. I can see it every day, right? It's like a Marilyn Monroe. I mean, you have Instagram, all it. It's just saying it's different times. You didn't see, TV wasn't big, and you didn't have that. You didn't see it all the time. So seeing someone who's attractive.
Well,
just saying.
Yeah, I mean, and that's.
Am I right? Am I on point there, or am I just striking out?
No. I think I'm going to write a screenplay about a Cary Grant type who takes his family snowboarding or sledding.
Yeah.
And
I'm in jeans.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called
We're in Indiana.
In Indiana. Sledding in Indiana. That's
Sledding in Indiana. That's the title of the thing.
Yeah. No, it's not. Fuck you.
But there's no snow out
I'm ending this show.
That's okay. I don't care.
Thanks for joining us live. For everybody, we've gone way past. I'll try to get cut off all this fat.
Get the hot water bottle ready.
Join us next week.